Good morning, and welcome to the first day of the 5-day challenge. Today it's going to be about physical because, like I said, people have a way of interacting with the world in different ways, and for me, one of the easiest ways is physical. So we're looking at how you can love your life physically, yourself, and also what you can do about the environment on a physical basis. That is like such a huge topic. It is unbelievable, both of them in their own right? So we're gonna kind of focus it down and just focus on a couple of things. So what I'm gonna say too is I'm gonna talk for about 5 minutes and then open for a conversation. So if you have any questions or comments as we go, please write them down and I'll take them up in a little bit here. Because one of the things about this is that you can only know what you know, and everybody has a different way of interacting with the world and has a way of doing things that can love their life and also take care of the environment that somebody else might not even know. So I'm hoping that this challenge will generate you to realize what you know and share that, and also spark some interest in other people about different things that they could do that they didn't even think they could do or didn't even know about. So there's 3 steps every single day this week. There's awareness. So what are you aware of? With awareness comes choice. How you can take care of that awareness, do something different, and what action that you can take to get something rolling. So today we're gonna start by focusing, because your physical body's from the top of your head to your tips of your toes and everything inside of you. We're just gonna focus on your feet, because people who know me know that the feet are one of my very favorite parts of the physical body. There's something that we just take for granted all the time. It's like, oh yeah, my feet are there, no problem. I can, put on shoes, walk around, do whatever, and my feet will support me. And there's so much more than that. They're your foundation. They provide support for everything that comes up from your feet. If you're rolled in on your feet, then the rest of your body is a little out of whack. If one foot's out one way, the rest of your body's a little bit out of whack. And I'm gonna slow down. I'm really excited. I've got all of these thoughts going on in my head. So one of the things about being in your feet is that it grounds you and it slows you down and it gets you to be where you're at. If you look at the website, actually, you'll see that on the website, or not on the website, on the Facebook page, there's an exercise about grounding. But just for right now, I'm gonna invite you to bring your awareness to your feet, to the base of your feet, and feel where they are on the ground. You can also, if you're wearing socks or slippers, just slip them off and bring one foot up across your lap or somewhere where you can make contact with it with your hands, and just go ahead and give yourself a little bit of a foot massage and say hello to your feet with your hands. Because loving the life you live is really also about loving yourself and finding ways that you feel more comfortable in yourself. One of the things that I did years ago is I did a session with some RAF guides about being in their physical body, and in order to get them to use their whole body when they RAF guided, because a lot of people think RAF guides guide with their shoulders and their arms and not with their feet. But actually, when you bring your awareness to your feet, you guide with your whole body. So I just had them paint the toenails with red and pink and yellow, something that would draw their attention to their feet. And they had so much fun with it. They left it on the rest of the summer, touched it up again, and said, it was such a great way for them to be aware of their feet, and that all of the energy and everything in their physical body started at their feet. So today, your challenge is to love your feet and love the physicality of them. If you're used to wearing shoes, see what it's like to take your shoes off and walk without shoes. Now, I know some people have orthotics, or they have different things to reduce pain in their feet. If you're one of those people, then just take your shoe off and, like I said, give your foot a little bit of a massage. Something to wake yourself up about having feet. So the second thing is the environment, the physical environment. And whoa, again, what a huge topic, right? The physical environment is the air, the earth, the animals, the plants, and anytime I turn on the news, it's not usually that good, unless you change your focus and you go, what good things are going on there in the world, and what can I do a little different? And here I am, I'm sweating because I'm a little nervous now, but I'm wearing a scarf inside because the heat isn't on as high as it usually is, and it's winter here in Canada, so it's getting a little cooler. So one of the things that I've started to do in my house is have it not as hot, and wear a sweater or wear a scarf inside. I always used to wear scarves outside, but wear a scarf inside so that I feel a little bit warmer. I really wanted to leave this open so that you could get curious about your environment, because about your awareness and what you're going to feel comfortable doing to take action, to do something differently. So just, consider your own life and your own country where you're living, and look around and think, well, what could I do differently, physically, that I haven't done before? Or maybe I have done, but I'm going to do it a little bit more than I have. So it might be, I'm not going to use any plastic at all, no plastic. It might be turning the heat down. I'm kind of wanting to not say too much because I'm really curious to hear what you're doing. But looking at your physical environment and taking action today that's really strong, and seeing what choices there are out there for you to take that action. It might be taking a shorter shower. I also wanted to tell a story about when we were in Colombia. There was the mayor of Bogota was saying, encouraging the people in that country to use less water because they had a water shortage. So he set up a camera in his shower stall and showed himself having a shower, not down there, but kind of how to have a shower without using as much water. So, you get wet and then you soap up, and you get wet, you turn the water off, you soap up, you turn the water on, you rinse off. So it was a really, I thought, wow, that's great that the leader of the country is actually showing people how to physically do something different and very simple. So that's kind of, what I wanted to say about today. The other thing I want to say is, if you haven't signed up online for the challenge, there's information that gives you a lot more detail than what the Facebook Lives are. These are kind of snippets to encourage conversation and just round that out a little bit more. So if you haven't signed up for that, please do. There's information on how to do it on the Facebook page, and then you'll get access to that. So anyway, I wanted to just open this up to people who are here. I'm going to kind of come in and see who's here. And hi guys. It's these aren't the best glasses in the world, but at least I can see who's joined. And I'd just like to ask you if you have any questions or comments. Number one, I guess, I'm just going to leave it open. What are your thoughts or questions, comments on the challenge of today, which is physical? Oh, so somebody's saying that one of the things that they experience is they don't really like their feet that much. So so that's not really something that they want to focus on. And I'm going to say that, that's fine. And just let yourself kind of go, okay, I don't like my feet and I'm going to explore them anyway. And try walking barefoot. You don't have to really focus that much on it if it's uncomfortable for you. But the thing is that people aren't comfortable doing something different. And that, I think, is part of the problem with, part of the problem with any kind of change. We get familiar with what we're doing and we just kind of go, oh, well, that's fine. And even if we can do something to make things better, we don't, because we're afraid of change. It's actually really interesting. Today is the G20 meeting in Argentina, and on the table is climate change. And I think, well, that's fabulous. The leaders are going to be talking about what they can do for climate change, and that's super encouraging. And there's always a lot of resistance. So one of the ways that you change resistance is you say, I don't feel comfortable in it myself. However, what can I do to start to introduce a level of comfort about that? So I'm going to say, even if you're somebody who grew up not liking your feet or not wanting to look at them, or, culturally you might have covered them up all the time, you could just start today by maybe not looking at your feet, but taking your socks off and going, okay, I'm just going to feel my feet on the ground. And I guess for me too, the significance of having your feet on the ground is the earth, the physical part of the earth is the ground. And if there's something between yourself and the ground all the time, it keeps you slightly disconnected from what's happening to the planet. And when you get your feet on the ground, you can feel like, oh, there is something very real there, and something very precious, your feet and the earth. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to wind it up for now, unless somebody else has a comment. I'm learning how to do all of this. So if you guys have any comments about how I could do this differently or anything like that, you can either say it here or you can fire me an email. Yeah, like I said, this is day one, and for me it's the easiest day. But for some of you, it will be the most challenging day. So I hope you really enjoy your physical day, and I look forward to seeing you here again tomorrow. Okay? Bye for now.